Okay, here we are. Looks like we are live. It's Saturday morning, December 13th here, 2014. I'd like to welcome everyone to this DubLiHelp.com Saturday morning hangout. Again, it's December 13th. How many? 12 more days before Christmas, I guess. I have with me Mr. Richard Beck. Richard, how are you doing this morning?
Doing great, doing great. Counting the days down to Christmas too.
Yeah, being Santa Claus on his way. We got a few other guests that'll pop in, here in just a little bit. We'd like to thank you, viewers, if you're watching this live on one of our YouTube channels, one of the DubLi.com broadcast page, or even possibly listening to this live or replay on one of the internet radio stations we broadcast on. Thank you for taking the time this morning, or whenever the time is where you're at, to join us today, and we'll give you a half hour worth of good content. It's Saturday mornings. We do these Google Hangouts twice a week. Saturday mornings, this time period from 10:30 or from 10 to 10:30, 11 or so. Saturday mornings Central Time here in the United States, and also we do these hangouts Tuesday nights. It's at 7 p.m. Central Time in the United States, and I say this every hangout we do, and that is these hangouts here at DubLiHelp.com are designed specifically for the DubLi shopper. This is not part of the home-based business side of the business, although both Richard and I are on the home-based business, make DubLi as a home-based business. But this particular hangout, DubLiHelp.com, is designed strictly for the shopper. So if you're interested in making DubLi your home-based business or a business on itself, then on this page, DubLiHelp.com, there's a box or a link that you can just click and it'll follow. You can follow it and get to where you need to go. But these hangouts we do on Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. and this time period, Saturday morning at 10:30, are designed specifically for shoppers. And the Saturday morning sessions are designed as questions and answers, a little more casual, and we'll go as long as we need to. The questions we have this morning are pretty general, but that's okay. They need to be reiterated as many times as needed so people understand them, especially with the new viewers that we have. As we let people gather in here, Richard, do you have any comments, stuff going on in your neck of the woods where you're at? Local economy, I mean, oil's at what, $58 a barrel? It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I was going to say, oil's just incredible. I mean, fuel, is low across the nation. I mean, that's amazing. The only thing is, and really in the news, is those poor people in California have just gotten mudslided again,
It's either feast or famine out there, but I tell you, I'm sure they'd rather have the feast, than the famine. I want to say one story before we get started here. This is kind of interesting. I think viewers would appreciate this. We just got back from Dubai. I say just got back a few months ago. We went to Dubai for the DubLi global networking meeting they had out there in Dubai. Really nice, first-class setup all the way. It was really good deal by Hanson and the whole crew. They really did a good presentation. I was quite impressed, actually. My first time to Dubai. I've been out to the Saudi Peninsula before, but I've never been to Dubai. And it was interesting. The fellow that I was with, the other DubLi guy that I was with, most of the time was kind of a tourist guy. I mean, he liked I'm not one of those that tend to. I mean, I like to partake a little bit, but I don't like to go nuts. But the last day we were there, we met with a couple people over lunch, and they were just local guys, and they were local Saudis, obviously local Emirates guys, and they were dressed up in their gig and everything, and very, very polite, very nice and everything, and they were from Dubai, born and raised in Dubai, and they were telling, we were infatuated with all the tourism they have. I had no idea that Dubai was such a big tourist trap, and it's probably the biggest tourist trap in the world, above Paris and everywhere else. I mean, it's just crazy what the stuff that they have there. This, So, but anyway, the point of the story I'm trying to make is oil. They told me that their entire economy and budgets are based on $100 oil. And when I say $100 oil, I'm talking $100 per barrel of oil, right? And so when they said when oil's at $120 a barrel, everyone's happy, everyone's making money, jobs are all safe and everything else. But when oil gets down to 102, or flirts with $100, people start getting jittery because they know they're going to have to be cutbacks. And he also said, he goes, well, be it if it goes below 100. Then cuts are on their way. It's just a matter of how many. And they always talk about this peak oil, stuff that we're at peak oil. Oil will never go below 100. Just like your house will never depreciate, right?
Right.
In 2008. Well, guess what? Oil's at $57 a barrel now, and I live in oil country, here in Texas, and I can remember when it was $38 a barrel. Actually, I can remember when it was $8 a barrel. I remember it was $8 a barrel. I think that was 1981, before half the viewers are even born. But
that's 50 cents a gallon, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was $8 a barrel. And I also remember when it was $4 a gallon. And the lines, they used to, if your license plate was an odd number, you could actually get gas that day. If your license plate was ended with an even number, you couldn't get gas that day. And so the rationing they have that. But anyway, the point, we need to get on with this hangout. But the point I was trying to make here is that for us here in the Western world, when we get $2.50 gas, $2.20 gas, below $2 gas, it's because of all this fracking, that's opened up all this oil abundance. But the OPEC people over there, that's just how the ball rolls. When you base your economy strictly on oil, that's it. And at $100 barrel oil, you should, and it's $57, and it's going down. I've seen commodities go up and down all the time. And I've seen them go up a lot faster and go down a lot faster than this. But I have never seen a consistent drop over a period of time like I have here, anticipated and expected period of time like I have with oil. It's been probably 10, 12, maybe 2 weeks, and it's consistently gone down $1, $2, $3 a day. And there's nowhere, and it's not stopping. That's the problem. The Dow will be okay. The Dow will go down 300, it goes back at 150, down 300, up 200. It'll lose a bit here and there, but there's always buying opportunities. With so much abundance of equities there. But with oil, it's interesting. We as consumers aren't consuming like we used to. Everyone's cutting back, don't have the money anymore, except for us here at DubLi. But and we do get cash back in our oil purchases, most of them. Anyway, but I thought that was kind of neat with the, that whole Arabian Peninsula bases, their economies, their government budgets, their entertainment budgets, the household budgets, everything on $100 barrel oil. Yeah, because they get stipends and everything else and so forth. So it's really kind of interesting. So anyway, let's go ahead and get going. Gary should pop in here in a minute. Anything? Do you want to add anything to local current events or anything like that, Rich, before we get started?
Actually, I was just thinking about the oil deal, folks, because you can use your DubLi card. You can use your purchases to get DubLi cash back on fuel purchases. But that's no reason to encourage $4 a gallon, right?
Yeah.
So you just want to take the percentage you can get off of the fuel. But you can double up on a lot of it too. So, if you use other rewards cards in conjunction with it, that's really the way to pair it up. Is if you use a reward type credit card for your purchases, and take your additional volume discount, and then get your cash back on top of it. That's the super shopper right there, I think.
No. Well, let's go ahead and get started. One thing I say at these Google Hangouts we do for the shoppers here, and that is at every one of these Google Hangouts I say this, that in order to benefit from the DubLi cashback system, you have to have an account. You have to have a DubLi account. And on the right of this page, I think this is the right, there's a blue box that says get your free DubLi cashback account. And go ahead and do that now. Don't wait. You can do it while I'm talking. It just takes a couple minutes. You click that blue link box. It's a link. It'll open up a new browser for you while I'm talking. Just enter in your first name, last name, password, repeat the password, check the OK box and click submit, and you'll have your account, your free account. No ID, no credit card or anything like that. So, and the reason why you have to have an account, obviously, is to follow us what we're saying here. In these DubLiHelp.com hangouts that we're doing. And again, this is strictly for the shoppers. So you have to have an account. And so it's very important that you go ahead and now do it right now. Don't wait till this thing's over. Do it right now. To the right of the page, go ahead and go get you a free DubLi cashback account. And also, speaking of free accounts here, Mr. Beck, Mr. Richard, I've got a question for you here.
Okay.
We also have a location where you can get a free VIP voucher. It's a $99 voucher. It gives you 12 months worth of free VIP access. You get the best cash back, the highest level cash back at DubLi.com. And DubLi charges $99 for this. But we have a place we're going to give a location, a website, where you can go and get one for free. And what is that website, Richard? Mr. Richard?
That would be cashbackhangouts.com, folks. Cashback.
It's not plural. It's cashback. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Cashbackhangouts.com. Enter in a few emails. You just click on a button. Whatever 12-month, 3-month voucher you want, whatever, and you get, or 30-day voucher, and you enter in a few emails of friends, and then they give you actually a $99 voucher for free, so you don't have to pay the $99. So it's pretty good deal.
The pluralizing it. I'm in the South.
Yeah, I've done it too. I know they're going to keep it open probably to the end of the year, but after the end of the year, they're not going to do it anymore. They're going to pull it. So go ahead and get your free DubLi cashback VIP voucher for free at cashbackhangout.com. So, but the main thing is to get your account, and you do that by clicking the blue button on the right, entering in a few details, and you got your free account. Now you can follow with it. So let's move on and we get some of these questions answered. We've got a few of them. Actually, they're just random. I mean, they're routine questions today. I think everyone's out shopping and getting a lot of stuff done. But also on the right of this page, if you're watching this on a DubLiHelp.com broadcast page, you'll see our schedule for December for the upcoming hangouts we do on the topics that we're going to be doing as well. So I'll take the first question. If that's acceptable.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
This viewer is asking, how do I get to use my cash back? How can I use my cash back? And I'm assuming that they're obviously it's a woman, she's a shopper, and when at the end of it really depends on what level you're at, what membership you're at. Whether you're a free member, a premier member, or a VIP member. And I'm just going to tackle two because the premier and the VIP fall into the same category. So you're either a free member or basically a paid member. The free member, you get your cash back and you get to track it on a monthly basis. And DubLi will send you a check on your year anniversary. Now, this is actually a pretty good question because I don't remember answering this question before. It's pretty simple, but it's the information is very relevant, especially because you can still get your free DubLi VIP voucher. Anyway, so if you're a free member, you get your cash back tracked on a monthly basis and so forth, and it's broken down on a monthly basis, but you only get an annual payment. So at the end of the year, you'll get on your anniversary date, you'll get a check for, 600, 5,000, whatever your cash back is, depending on how much you spend throughout the year. And if you're a VIP member, you get it back on a monthly basis.
Yeah.
Now, as a VIP member, this is important as well. Not only you're getting your maximum cash back. So, for example, if you were a free member and you got $1,000 cash back at the end of the year, that equates to probably about a $6,000 or a $7,000 minimum cash back as a VIP member was what you would get back. But you get the VIP members get their cash back on a monthly basis. And I think I have it out here or somewhere. I've got it. Is that it? Yeah, here it is. So, and as a VIP member, you actually get a credit card, or it's a debit card, a DubLi debit card. So, and that's how you get your cash back goes on to this card at the end of the month, and you get to use it any way you want to, including going to an ATM and pulling out the cash. So that answers that question, I think, pretty well. That so if you're a free member, you get an annual payment via check, and if you're a VIP member or a premium member, you get your cash back put on your Visa debit card. You can have a check made too as well, and it's paid to you on a monthly basis. It's all tracked in your back office. Just go into Profile in My Earnings, and you'll find it there. I'm sorry, under My Account in My Earnings, and you'll find it there. And that's why you need to have your free account. Once you have your free account, you'll be able to see all that. So, okay, Richard, all yours. Do you have any comments on that? Any comments on that?
Well, that's great to know when your cash back is coming back. And that's the bonus of being a VIP, folks. And you can get your voucher, as you said earlier, to get yourself in a VIP status quicker. But depending on your situation, whether you want to get involved in just being a free sign up or however you want to do it. But the key is whether you get your cash back annually in a smaller amount, or you go VIP and you get it back monthly in larger amounts. It's up to you. So I mean, it's a win-win situation in my eyes. But I always like getting it monthly. You know what I mean? It's always a little nicer to have it coming in on a consistent monthly schedule. So, but I got to tell you, I found a question here that is a live one, and I've got to answer this one.
Okay, good.
And I'm going to get it to the point, but it's kind of funny. This gentleman said that he kind of made a mistake with his significant other, and what could he do and stay, and earn the most cash back and kind of correct things. I'm like, well, there's a wild one. I've never heard of one like that one before. But you know what? I'm going to put something to share up on screen for you, and I hope this goes up right now. But, oh, no, it didn't go to where I wanted it to go, unfortunately. What I'm going to tell you, my friend, is it's 1-800-Flowers.com, okay? And I would send her, a little bundle of posies of whatever it is to try to, get out from underneath the doghouse. Especially around Christmas, you did quite a fine work is the best way I can say it. But the great thing about 1-800-Flowers.com is just a free member gets 11.7%. To a VIP, you get 17.7% cash back. And that, I love it. I mean, I was just thinking of, I just sent some flowers to somebody the other day, and I used 800flowers.com, and wow, I was going to say 17.7%. You're almost hitting a, 1/5 of what the cost is. That's huge. But normally I don't recommend how to solve a domestic problem, but I would say that, or like hotels.com, I think we get 11.8% on that.
Yeah, next thing you'll be talking about are beds and all this other stuff. So, we'll go ahead and just stop there with your
Yeah, I was going to say, we'll put the brakes on that one.
Yeah, your solutions. Yeah. Okay, good. All right, well, it's a good idea, I mean, and there's more than one flower deal in there. I can remember sending flowers, and it was like 19% cash back, and it's my daughter in college, and so yeah, it's again, this goes right back to what I've said before. It's a great example, and viewers need to listen to this and take heed to this, and that is, look, when you're a DubLi shopper and you utilize this DubLi cashback system, your dollars go further than anybody else's. I factor it's 20%. The dollars in my back pocket when I'm utilizing the DubLi cashback system, equate to $1.20. And just because my dollars go further, not only do I get the cash back to use as well, but there's coupons in there, you can use, to even bump it up even more. I'll give you a good example. A good example of this, and this is actually the next question. that I was going to, this guy, this viewer is pretty smart, and he asks, he goes, Mark, what's your favorite cashback, deal? And I've got several. There's many, so the only way I can really answer this one is what is my most recent, one. I did that one that I got that food back for 33%. That was actually pretty good, but I don't like to cook. I don't have time to cook, so it didn't work too well for me. But I just bought a bunch of new laser. Everyone has to buy these laser jet, ink cartridges and everything else, and they're constantly, running out and stuff. And I say constantly, but they're very pricey from time to time. But anyway, I ordered 3 of these. I got a coupon, and then the standard cash back was 24%.
Wow.
Yeah, it was called at inkfarm.com.
Inkfarm.
Yeah, inkfarm.com gives you 24.5% cash back from if you shop through DubLi, and then there's a coupon for like $15 more or something like that. So that's been my most recent. So I spent like I got like almost a 30% cash back or 30% discount cash back actually. In price. So now my dollar went $1.30 further,
right?
30% further. So it kind of averages out to about 20%. I find if you're a VIP, which I am, and I recommend everyone be a VIP. It's well worth the $99. If you have to spend the $99, you don't get the free one. But if you have to spend $99, I highly recommend going to VIP. It just makes a world of difference on cash back. And here's one thing, and I'll stop on this, and that is on this VIP side of it. The whole concept here with DubLi is to get cash back and have your money go further. If you're getting a paycheck at the end of the year, there's nothing wrong with that. That's a great deal, especially this time of the year. You get a $1,600 check back from your free account if you're doing it on an annual basis. But if you're a VIP and you get it put on your DubLi debit card and you're shopping, then you actually get immediate access to it, And I can tell you before, that's how I use those flowers. I use the flowers doing it that way. So I never even paid for the flowers. The flower company paid for it themselves because I got the cash back from DubLi, and DubLi paid for the flowers, not me.
Right.
So, but utilizing and getting that cash back on a monthly basis, just allows you to do a little more extra, quicker, on a monthly basis. And I highly recommend doing it. And there's a big difference to getting, $8, $10, $20 cash back on a monthly basis versus $200, $300, $400 on a monthly basis. And sometimes we did a Google Hangout, Richard. This was just a few weeks back, where you get $1,000. There's several products on the DubLi shopping mall where you get $1,000 cash back.
Right.
And it goes right onto your DubLi debit card. And the interesting thing about it is, I was talking to a couple buddies about that. It's not a. The upside and the downside is you get $1,000 cash back. The downside is you got to spend more than $1,000, right? But this was one of those. Yeah, this is one of those last-minute cruise lines, and so you spent $1,800 for a last-minute cruise, right? And they kick back $1,000 to you in cash back. So now you got $1,000 to spend on the cruise,
right?
And most cruises are all inclusive anyway. But to me, that was a pretty good deal, especially if you're on a company doing it on a company's budget, and they can handle it that way. But yeah, there's several. I think that's one of the topics we're going to do. We've been requested to do it, and that'll be fun research too. And that is how what is the largest cashback, in the DubLi shopping mall.
Yeah.
And we've got to search and find what is the. I've seen a 2001, but I don't remember what it was for. It had to be. I think it had something to do with automobiles. But I'll have to go back and look. I think there's some auto dealer or some manufacturer that's providing a $2,000 cash back when you buy a car or something out of that for DubLi.
Okay. Yeah.
and while we're on this topic here, and I'll let you take the last question here in a minute, Richard. But
Yeah.
the one of the things we've talked about doing, as you know, is that here in the near future, it's going to be after the first of the year. We just need to get a little bit more organized here. But we're going to do a contest where I think we'll probably do it on a quarterly basis. And we'll do updates on these hangouts maybe every Saturday or Tuesday when we decide to do it. But for the listeners that are getting the most cash back, and a good example would be the winner of the contest wins an iPad, tablet, or something. But you have to have the highest cash back at the end of 3 months, and we'll do a screenshot type of deal to verify it. That's all. It must be on the honored system, but we'll figure out a way to make it a good level playing field for everybody. But the ones that get the most cash back will be rewarded. So and we're going to do that after the first year. It's going to be fun.
Cool.
And I'm trying to think of the we've been suggested some really good rewards. And there's classic. These guys. Some of these. There's one woman sending these. Can you do this? And I just started laughing. I cannot believe. This is one of the actual rewards that she wants. But that's fine. We'll see. It'll be hilarious. You'll know what it is when you read it. I can't say it right now, but it's classic. But that's gonna be a great contest, and we'll do that after the first year for the viewers. Why don't you take the last question, Richard, and we'll wrap it up this Saturday morning. People have things to do and get on to. So get to their Christmas shopping. I know that's actually I'm gonna do my shopping tomorrow. I got to do the tree shopping today. So go ahead.
Well, here's one that someone's asking is, how do I find, how do we find our deals where we're going to shop at? Well, there's two ways to do it, folks. One way is to go into the DubLi.com shopping mall and go into the global mall and have a look. And if you go in there, it's got every site they're partnered with for the discount, for the cashback, I should say. Every company that they're partnered with lists what their cashback is, what their rate is. So I go in there quite a bit, and they've also got a calculator that can tell you how much you spend annually, like in travel or books and shoes or whatever. It'll start calculating whatever level you're at. It'll show you exactly what your cashback estimation is overall by category on how they do that. But the other big one is, folks, is that, we do a lot of surfing around the web for our businesses or even just for personal use, And the great thing is DubLi has a toolbar that's very easy to install in Firefox or Google Chrome are the two recommended ones. And you load this up, and when you hit a website, all of a sudden at the very top of the toolbar will pop up, and it'll tell you what your savings are. And it says activate cashback. You click it on. Now you're in the system. Now you can start in on your purchase, and you'll get rewarded. So I think that's the one thing that, it makes it really easy. And you can tell whenever you land on a site, that toolbar is going to activate. You're going to have a drop down on the top of the page. It's going to say, this is what your DubLi VIP membership's your cashback rate is, and activate it. Sure, let's get it going. Let's get some cash back. So, no matter what it is, you're going to find different companies. And, I like the surprise ones from the toolbars a lot of times, like, oh, they're with DubLi. Okay, cool. Right.
That's how I found that ink one, 24, I did some research. I found there's one that's even more than that, like 26. They want to using that.
And the other thing, folks, is when you do a Google search and you have your columns where all your companies pop up, when you have the DubLi toolbar engaged on a Google search, it'll show you before you click the link that it's a DubLi member.
Right, and your percentage of cash back as well.
Yeah, so you don't have to just wait till the site pops up. You can see it right on the Google searches if you want to really isolate where you're going to get your cash back from when you're just doing your surfing. So.
Yeah, I mean, a good way to explain it, I did some basketball shoes, a month or so ago, and just typed in Adidas Superstar. That's the type of basketball shoe I like. And this is in a Google search, just a basic Google search, typed in Adidas Superstar, and there's probably 10 companies, Foot Locker, all these other different companies popped up, and underneath their heading, it said, DubLi 14% cash back, 10% cash back, whatever. And so I was able to pick and choose which one I wanted right there for my maximum cash back. Thanks for that question, Richard. That's really, really good one. I'm going to close here with one thing that's really important to the viewers. And this is a topic. We're going to be discussing. I don't think we're going to do it in December, but we're going to do it in January. And we've had several questions on this. It has to do with business, your business. And I know this is strictly a shopper's hangout. We're doing this strictly for shoppers. But let's say, for example, you run an auto parts store. Your husband, works at an auto parts store, or your wife works at a flower, store. Or a grocery store, or whatever, and if you have to buy, if you're at an auto repair store, and you're constantly buying parts at all these different auto parts stores. And you utilize the DubLi cashback system, you're going to immediately drop 10 to 14% to the bottom line in cash, just by utilizing the DubLi cash bar, the DubLi cashback system. And I don't know if you understand exactly what that means, but if you're running on a 2% margin, or a 5% profit margin, or a 25% profit margin, and you sign up with DubLi on the VIP, and now start buying all your equipment, your replacement parts that you got to put on the car, then give back to the customer, right? Well, the customer doesn't get that cash back. You get that cash back, and so now your 20, 15, 5%, whatever it is, profit margin jumps to 35, 15%, whatever it is, 15% more, on your cash back. And if you understand the logic in that, and you utilize the DubLi cashback system, if you want to start your own business and utilize the DubLi cashback system to increase the margin in your business as far as return, I'm telling you, it's sorry about that. It's an excellent way to approach and use the DubLi cashback, and we're gonna address that topic sometime after the first of the year, and it's in business. It's businesses, and I mean, there's a lot of different ways to look at it, and I won't say virtually every vendor in DubLi you can do it with. You can't, but there are some that are unbelievably good. Auto parts, are one. In fact, you could probably go to an auto parts store and say, look, if you buy from me, you don't buy from O'Reilly or all these other places. If you buy from me personally, I'll give you 5% off your normal price with all these other stores. Who do you think these auto repair places are going to buy from? Now, all you do is collect the margin. You're getting the cash back. They're going to pay you anyway. So there's no money. You don't have to spend any money. You're just using the money that your client gives you to buy the parts, and you get the cash back at the end of the month. And you just do a business that way. You set up a business that way. You get 5 or 6 places doing that. All you're doing is, you probably don't even have to deliver the parts. You just let the places do that. And one last thing I want to share, and this I gotta say this to this fellow that sent in this question about that I just answered earlier. And if you have any questions on that business side, just use the link down below at the very bottom of this page that says "Contact Us." And if you have any questions about, wanting to start your own business or do certain things, then, or any question really, for the DubLi as a shopper perspective, then go ahead and you send it in. We'll see if we can get it answered for next week's Q&A session. But the guy that asked the question, what was my favorite one? I got to tell you, I did actually use another one earlier besides the ink deal, and that's people don't. I mean, this is my airport parking. There's 2 or 3 airport parking deals in DubLi. Right now, you got to prepay for most of this. You got to prepay and get a coupon and bring it in there. You know, when you drive up and just hand a coupon, they do it all right there. But I mean, we're talking 30 to 35 to 40% discount. I'm sorry, cash back. So yeah. So I think my bill was like $150, and I got 40% of that in cash back. Going on to my DubLi debit card. The end of the month, and that's extra cash for me to use. And it's airport parking, Ace Airport parking, or Applied. So I can't remember. But this is one of these nationwide groups, so it doesn't matter where you live. You can use this, and that alone will pay for my $99 prescription or $99 subscription, in the VIP. Actually, it is a prescription, really. $99 prescription VIP voucher for the year. I actually had to pay for mine, so $99, but it's worth it. Well worth it. I'm very glad I did it. Okay, well that's enough. Thank you, viewers, again. I hope we didn't drag us on too long today, but I know people have a lot of stuff to do around the world, this time of the year. And I certainly like to wish everybody a safe and holiday season, and wherever you are, and also for the people that are having challenges, that you be thankful for what you do have. It's very important to be absolutely thankful for everything you do have, and all I can say is join DubLi, and then your money will go further. You'll have more in the long run. Any closing comments there, Richard?
No, that's about, and we're getting into the holiday season, folks, and we wish you all the best. Be safe, and get the most cash back you can, because this is the heavy shopping season, folks. So we just wish you all the best until we see you the next time.
Okay. Sounds good. Well, thank you, viewers. I appreciate it. And, again, we do these Google Hangouts twice a week. We do them as Saturdays morning sessions from 10 Central Time to 10:30 or so Central Time. And we also do these Google Hangouts on Tuesday nights. Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Central Time. We go for about an hour there, a little bit longer. It's a little bit more formal. We have a topic, and if you're watching us on DubLiHelp.com, one of the DubLiHelp.com broadcast pages to the right here, you'll see the schedule and the topics for the dates that will be going on in the month of December. So, again, thank you, viewers. We'll see you Tuesday night, and everyone enjoy your Saturday morning. Take care, everyone.
Bye now.